All right. So next book I'm going to do, well, last book I'm going to do, Iron Man #2. So, like I said, I read the last issue of this. I was like, yeah,
I almost got this because I heard something about the 10 rings, but then I noticed it was a #2, and I was like, I'm not going to read the first.
I'll have to get into it. It's complicated.
Okay.
we're gonna get into it. But they may or may not show up in this book. But anyway, it has something to do with Riri. So we're just gonna get into it. Like I said, you see the cover right there. Riri versus Iron Man. This is clickbait. This doesn't happen. So Marvel, stop doing that shit. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. So the last issue left off with Tony Stark being drunk on his ass. Because of course, you know, and he wakes up in a hungover in the gutter, and it's Riri flying over him right now. She's like, you know, you the #1 trending topic on TikTok right now. You know that, right? I don't even know what that is. When quit scanning me. And then she grabs him and takes him to his, basically shape him up. And she's like, well, what the hell happened to you? Somebody did this to me. I wasn't drunk on my ass on my own will. Somebody did this to me. I don't know who did it, but we're going to find out what it is. So basically he puts his suit on, and his suit kind of like detoxifies him. So kind of like sobers him up. While he doing that, he just like, I need to rest. So he sleeps in his hammock, and he just lays in his bed while trying to recover from his hangover. While they look at the news, Stark Enterprises stock is plummeting right now because Tony Stark was on the news drunk off his ass. And they associating Tony Stark with the company, even though the company has a new CEO named Andy Bang. Anybody's trying to tell everybody that this weird shit that Tony Stark is into has nothing to do with the company. He's not associated with the company. He's retired. Meanwhile, this guy's like, excellent. Everything is according to plan. We got this sick ass setup. We got like 4 monitors. I'm jealous. This dude is a supervillain just for that, you know. But going forward, like I said, he just like, look, so any weird shit Tony Stark is into, nothing to do with us. Let's get back to business. Meanwhile, boom, the building crashes. And that's when you get the bad guy of the week, the Living Laser. Now, the Living Laser is an old school Avengers villain. Pops up from time to time. I even asked myself, like, man, what happened to the Living Laser? He was a okay villain. Well, here he is. So he's pissed. He's like, where's Tony Stark? I need to kill Tony Stark. So they're on the news watching, and they see it happen in real time. And he's like, well, let me go ahead and suit up. And he's trying to get out the hammock, but he's like, Riri, can you help me get out the hammock? So he helps him out. And they go flying past, you know what bridge is that? Brooklyn Bridge? Washington Bridge? I don't know. It's in New York. I know that.
And probably a Manhattan Bridge.
Probably Manhattan Bridge. Okay.
Or George Washington. It could look like that.
I'm gonna go by your knowledge on it. So yeah, so you got Iron Man and Ironheart flying to the scene of the crime and actually going to the old Avengers mansion, which is actually like a tourist attraction now. They don't even go there anymore, but they're just there, and Living Laser just tearing shit up. First thing he does is burn Iron Man's statue with the rest of the Avengers. He was like, Earth mightiest heroes my ass. And that's when they show up, just like, man, why you tearing on my statue? So he just like, what did you do to me, Stark? Calm down, Living Laser. Let's talk this out, see what's going on. He's like, no, I'm done talking. What makes Living Laser so dangerous is that he can cut through Iron Man's armor. So Iron Man tries to kill somebody. Yeah, I'm trying to kill somebody. Your scientist took me and did experiments on me. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? So they try to blast. Living Laser gets the best of them. And he's just like, why did you kidnap me, Stark? Why did you put experiments on me? And he like, talk before you don't talk again. So he starts shooting with the laser, and he cut off a piece of his helmet. Just let him know that I can cut you at any time you want to. Now start talking before this shit gets real. And that's when, before he does anything, Ironheart knees him in the gut. Stand back, Living Laser. And he hits her, and it cuts through her armor also. She's like, yow. She's like, okay, so that's how you want to play it. Okay, the gloves are coming off. And that's when she reveals, and Tony's like, oh shit, Riri, what did you do? And realized she has the 10 rings. Not those 10 rings, the real 10 rings, the Mandarin 10 rings.
Oh,
okay. She took them and had it for herself and didn't tell anybody that she had them. So she's just like, you will stop. And it's basically, she's mind control of Living Laser. She's like, yes, I will stop. We're going to find out exactly what did he see and what he's talking about. And they go inside the Living Laser's brain. And she's like, you lied to me, Riri. Like, I didn't lie to you. I said the rings were safe with me. I just didn't say where they were. That's all. So they go inside his head. They basically hack into one of his memories to see what happened. Living Laser was chilling, cooking breakfast, and he opens the door, and it's Tony Stark. And Tony Stark tases him and takes him to a scientist in some underground bunker, and they do experiments on him. And Riri's just like, well, he's not lying. I'm looking at his memory right here, and it's untampered with. So whoever came and kidnapped him looked like you. And she was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So he's like, so that's who's owning this shit right now. Riri fixes his statue. And Living Laser's like, no, you're not taking me in. Blasts both of them. And he's just like, hey, will you find whoever did this shit to me? Call me and I'll help you out. You're like, well, did he blast me and then ask for a team up later on? You're like, anyway. So Riri puts her armor back on. And Tony's just like, look, while the block is hot right now and I don't know who's attacking me, Riri, you need to keep your distance. And I'm going to find out who did this to me because I realized what they did. They poisoned my coffee at the AA meeting I attended at night. That's why I woke up drunk off my ass because they made me drunk and didn't tell me. And he's just like, if you call me, let me know. But he was like, and Tony isn't worried about it because he got his ace in the hole. He got his old buddy named, well, I can't remember what his name is. But anyway, he's got a buddy that's got a whole lot of money.
Jarvis.
Not Jarvis. They killed Jarvis like a long time ago. But this guy's also dead, so it doesn't really matter. You know? But anyway, it was a guy that's supposed to be like Tony's best friend. He's like, if I ever need trouble, I can just call him and just bail me out of money. But he's dead. So he ain't got anybody to bail him out of money. So yeah, the end. And they're setting up the what happens next time. So that's the story. Like I said, it's just Iron Man shit. It's nothing mind-blowing. Sometimes you just want to just read Iron Man shit. Now, I'm cool with Riri being in the book at this point. She needs to go. Not that I don't like Riri, is that when you read a Tony Stark book, you want to read Tony Stark. I don't read Tony Stark and Friends. Pop in, do what you need to do, and leave. That's why I read that last one with Hellcat popping up all the time and shit like that. Like, why is she here? You know, but that's my thing.